Now, the Inspector General of Police, IGP Usman Alkali Baba, has ordered the Commissioner of Police, Lagos State Command, CP Idowu Owonwa, to arrest Afrobeat singer Seun Kuti for assaulting a policeman on the 3rd Mainland Bridge, Lagos. Now, the order was in reaction to a video that actually went viral, where Seun Kuti was seen pushing and slapping the policeman, whose identity was yet to be ascertained as of the time of actually writing this report. Now, in the video, you could actually see Seun Kuti and the policeman being in a kind of scuffle. However, the policeman maintained calm throughout without uttering a word, as Seun slapped him and at the same time shouted, "You dey craze? You dey mad?" Announcing the order for his arrest in a statement. The first Police Public Relations Officer, CSP Olumuyiwa Adejobi, said the IGP had equally ordered a speedy and full investigation into the remote and immediate cause of the assault and prosecution of the suspect accordingly. But in a statement attributed to the Afrobeat singer, claimed the policeman allegedly attempted to kill the former and members of his family. But there was no further explanation on the exact action of the policeman.
Well, we do have joining us to have this conversation virtually. We have Solomon Indahi. Will be joining us to talk about this. Is it Solomon? Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, Solomon. Okay, it's Kule Follower, right?
Kunle Follower. Okay, I beg your pardon.
Okay.
Good morning, Kunle Follower.
Good morning.
Kunle Follower is the convener, concerned Nigerians in Indianapolis. I hope I got that one right.
Yeah, you tried. Kule, is that true? Did we get that right?
Concerned Nigerians for good governance in Indianapolis.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, so Kunle, here is a scenario. I'm sure you saw the viral video with Seun Kuti and the policeman. And there have been reactions concerning that, the aggressive nature of Seun Kuti. No one exactly knows what transpired, but was he in the right to have acted the way he did?
So, again, I would say that we need to exercise a little bit of caution because, as at the time of the recording, we didn't know what transpired initially before somebody came out with the recorder or a phone to record. So my question is, prior to that time of the recording, what happened? There has to be an antecedent. There has to be something that led to that scuffle. So we're yet to find out exactly what the antecedents were, as it may be, and then you know, because of the nature of the person in question, is a son of an Afrobeat legend and a somewhat an anti-government individual. So, I mean, I would say that he's also a celebrity, and as a result of that, this is going viral, and also we're having to see um, an order for his arrest. But we just need to thread very cautiously and see and ascertain what the matter was, or what the problem, or
Okay,
what
now,
led to that incident
okay,
prior
now,
before the recording.
now that we don't have, we're still there's investigation ongoing, and the police will find facts needed to either prosecute or to bring the case forward, basically speaking. But let's look at the character. Let's look at why a civilian would raise their hand on a police person, a police official. Is that right? Should that be permitted? Under whatever circumstance, should that be permitted?
Um, to be honest with you, that is a very it's a wrong thing to do, regardless. Uh, regardless of your social status in the society, you shouldn't be physically aggressive towards anybody, and not even a security operative. You're not supposed to put your hands on them. Um, it is very wrong. It is not. It is not a desirable act. Again, we all know how Nigeria is. We tend to be very physical, and we tend to be very aggressive in nature when it comes to things like that. And then when you go back to some of these things that's been happening with, there seems to be some kind of a hate love relationship between Nigerians generally and security operatives, particularly police officers. And there's this very awkward relationship with them. There are so many cases of multiple incidents where you find police officers assaulting ordinary citizens, and you tend not to see any persons getting answered or people getting arrested in those kind of situations. Then again, that is not to give credit, or that is not to encourage or endorse what Mr. Seun Kuti did, but nevertheless, it is not, to answer your question, it is not fair, it is not right, it is not justifiable to be physically aggressive towards a security operative.
All right, so here is the scenario. We do know how it is, especially if it is outside the country, what it has to do with an individual and a policeman. You recall where Black Lives Matter became a very widespread concern, where we had the protests. It started off with a particular policeman or two policemen and a black man, or rather at least a 48-year-old black man, and it raised questions as to why was that scenario that aggressive. Now this man did not even touch the police officer before he was handcuffed, put on the ground, and the knee of the policeman was on his neck, where he shouted he couldn't breathe. But in this part of the world where frivolously something like that can happen to a police officer, and Seun Kuti actually went to his Instagram page or Twitter page to say, boast rather, and said, do you know how many policemen I have slapped? I have slapped countless of them. Do you know where that comes from? He says he's a son of God and something, several utterances, which one would question the state of mind. Could it be that he was under something, or what, he had taken something, because he seemed not to show any remorse?
I mean, then again, you have to understand where those things are coming from. The apathy or the someone's hatred between Nigerians generally, just the citizenry and the police officers. Like I said earlier, we've seen countless of issues or scenarios where you'll find police officers assaulting ordinary Nigerians on the streets, especially younger Nigerians. And Sean Kuti seems to fall in the line of that category of young Nigerians that they tend to be targeted by the police. I mean, every now and then, there seems to be a lot of nefarious activities that's been credited to some of the things that police have been doing, and I mean, then again, that's not to you know that shouldn't be a
Kule,
just.
did you see the video that went viral? Well, the
I
question is
did.
this: the police officer, having seen the person, that he was having an encounter with, remained a very calm composure. That's kind of a foreign attitude. If you know how the attitude of policemen are in this part of the world, when they stop you, they literally could hit you, they could hurt you. But this policeman was calm. Even if he had done something wrong, you could tell from the body language that, okay, I have done something wrong. I recognize the person that you are. The look seemed like, I know you, I recognize you. And right now, even if that policeman had done something wrong in the first instance, with what was seen there and the attitude and the manner with which Seun Kuti roughened him up, do you think it would give any evidence whatsoever to Seun Kuti's claim that the policeman was actually trying to kill him and the members of his family?
Um, Again, the only video that, well, the viral video that we're seeing is just the part where uh, those encounter happened. We didn't see the entire incident, and I'm saying that because I'm wondering what could have been the antecedents, meaning that what happened prior to that time. Again, this is not to encourage or to endorse what Mr. Shell did. That's very uncivil, the way that he had handled the situation. Uh, but then again, the general feel and the general, interactions, the general interactions between Nigerians and police, especially security operatives, it's been very not commendable generally. And then Mr. Kuti just kind of like uh, contributes or is seen as one of those people who seems to be having that kind of apathy against security operatives, particularly the Nigerian police force. Again, what he did was very wrong, but then again, let us look at all the case and evidences and see why. Because he had accused the gentleman of uh,
Wanting to kill his
allegedly
family.
trying to harm his family. So why did he say that? Uh, what could have been the reason for him to have said that? Okay, so we need to find out, or the security operative needs to, look at all the evidences
Well, we
before
have
coming out with a conclusion
okay.
and
Well,
seeing
we have
exactly what transpired.
all right. So the police is investigating him at the moment. We heard this morning that they were at his house to search the house. Well, one would wonder, why search the house. Well,
Because he met his
of course,
absence.
we can't teach the police how to do their job. They know exactly what they're looking for, and they know exactly
Mhm.
how to do their job. But now, do you think this apathy, when you go to a police station, you see inscriptions like "police is your friend," but that has not been, we've not seen that on the roads. And as you rightly said, a lot of youths seem to be at loggerheads with the police because they seem to be coming for the youths. They do things, and nobody gets to hear that policemen that have done wrong are reprimanded. Now, the youth seem to be taking laws into their hands now. How long do you think this battle will rage on for, and what can be done differently to unite the people and the police? Because the people should ordinarily work with the police.
Well, that's a good question that you raised, but I'll just say let's go back to the drawing board. And the reason I'm saying that is because the police generally are seen as another arm of the government, and not just the arm of the government. They're seen as an oppressive arm of the government, that they just seek to carry out the orders of the government and not have any respect or regard for the ordinary Nigerians or ordinary citizenry. So, and that is the reason I said there seems to be an apathy uh, and this love lost between Nigerian police force, just security operatives generally, particularly the Nigerian police and the Nigerian citizenry vis-a-vis Nigerian youths. But if you look at the police force and the people, we need to understand that this is a part of parcel of the Nigerian society. They're not foreign people. They're not anybody, outside of, shores of the country. There are Nigerians also. They're human beings. They're part and parcel of our society. So why do we have this hatred for them? And the reason it's not far-fetched is it's just institutionalized apathy and hatred, because when you go to a police station, you find out that there are so many allegations of extortion, uh, and so many other things that they do that is really very questionable. And then when you look at it again, they seem not to have respect or regard for Nigerian, especially Nigerian youth. So when we begin to go back and look at, you know reorientating the Nigerian police force, the folks that are there, and having them understand that we need to start being our brother's keeper. We need to start respecting the ordinary Nigerians. And how do we even start that? By respecting their privacy. Now, issues of just randomly searching people and taking their phones and seizing their phones and ordering them to part away with their money and extort them, all of those things are not supposed to be happening. Now, if we start from just having respect for each other, I mean, we'll make a lot of progress. If the Nigerian police force are not, they don't see themselves as a, a an individual that's bigger than every other person. If you see yourself as just a Nigerian offering services to a fellow Nigerian, if we begin to see ourselves in that light, I think we'll begin to earn respect for each other. But until the Nigerian police institution itself reorientates its people into believing that you're working for Nigerians and you're not superior to them, uh, we will continue to see issues and incidents like this.
All right, thank you very much, Kunle Fallow, convener, concerned Nigerians for good governance in Indianapolis. Thank you for coming on the show.
My pleasure. Thank you.
All right, well, going forward, I don't know. I
Yeah.
think the police just seems to be at the receiving end. Right now, I feel sorry for them
Me too.
because
With that particular
yeah,
incident I
because
saw actually.
if there's a scuffle between a policeman and an army official, they are dealt with. And now there's a scuffle between the police and the civilian, and the police are being dealt with as well. They seem to be,
Yeah, I think it's
well,
because of the relationship that has been strained in time past. So right now, people
exactly.
are refusing to sympathize, with the policeman after seeing the scuffle that took place. Obviously, the aggressor was Seun Kuti.
Well, so it seems. We'll just allow the police to do their investigation and let us know how it turned out. Well, in business now, the development agenda for Western Nigeria Commission has called on the Southwest governors to take advantage of the constitutional amendment laws and that removed electricity and railway sectors from the exclusive legislative list to the concurrent list. Now, to fast track development of the region. The Commission noted that power and railway sectors were catalysts for economic growth and development, and there was a need for the governors in the region to properly utilize the opportunity. The Director General of the Dawn Commission, Mr. Sheye Oyeleye, stated this at the second edition of the Southwest Investment Promotion Agency's conference that was held in Akure, Ondo State. The conference, which was organized by the Ondo State Investment Promotion Agency in partnership with the Dawn Commission, with the theme Powering Southwest for Productivity through Increased Investment in Infrastructure. Representatives of all the state governments in all the 6 states of Southwest were in attendance, with focus on attracting investment for development of the energy sector and rail transportation. Now, the decentralization allowed states across the country to generate, transmit, and distribute electricity, as well as move railway from exclusive legislative list to the concurrent legislative list.
Interesting there.
Interesting indeed. So let's go on
Interesting.
to entertainment, shall we?
Yeah, so stay up to VOP this morning. You get an update with what is going on in the world of business. Right now in entertainment, I'm going to start off with the good news, and it's concerning Hilda Bassey F. Young, a 27-year-old Akwa Ibom young lady who is on a cookathon spree.
Why don't we just say 27-year-old Nigeria?
Akwa Ibom lady. There's a reason why I said so. Hilda is proper, all right? And I must say that it's quite a beautiful thing to see that particular scenario unfold. She's got a lot of support. Nigerians from all walks of life came to show the support, stayed over the night, a bit the rain. A couple of celebrities as well were there. We had the Lagos State Governor Asamoah there to show support. We also heard that Vice President Yemi Oshibojo as well was also, sent a congratulatory message to her via the telephone. We saw Hype Boy, Charles Okpocha too, and we also had Tiwa Savage as well, showing the support and congratulating. You can see that on the screen. Wow, amazing, amazing.
This is under the rain, and they're getting fed too, are they not?
Yes, yes, they're tasting it. As the last time I heard, she's been able to dish about 3,000 meals.
She has done 88 hours now.
Yes, precisely.
Oh, she has set a record.
So by this evening, she should have broken the record from the other young lady who did the same cookathon race in 2019. And I must tell you, the sponsors, amazing sponsors who had her back, and I want to say congratulations to Hilda. That's a very, very good one
and the
for
record
us to look into.
The record she wants to break is 87 hours,
yes.
45 minutes. That's like 4 days.
It's 4 days. Yes, 4 days.
Now, I want to ask, is it that she hasn't slept?
No, she's not to sit down. She can't sit down.
She can sit.
She can't sit. She can't sit down. Yeah, she can't sit down.
She's been standing
for that 4 days.
4 days.
She has 5 minutes break. Water to either she can take water, she can eat food. There's an emergency van just in case she needs to go have, maybe relieve herself.
So she has not slept.
She has not slept.
She has not slept.
She has not slept.
I don't know.
She has not slept.
Wow.
It's amazing. She reminds me of Kathy when she also did the dance-a-thon too. That's Kathy the dancer when she also enrolled in that. But this is beautiful, So we also have another interesting conversation that actually took place. It's quite unfortunate. This particular one is concerning Seun Kuti. I'm sure we do know who Seun Kuti is. He graced our screen. In fact, he was the hot shot for a lot of young ladies at the time, tall, dark and handsome. You
would know. Well, he's not dark skinned, so
Well, he's kind of not completely dark, but you can just frame it as a tall, dark and handsome young man. And yet he in fact, let me tell you, the major movies that we were able to watch Seun Kuti in his action thriller. We saw a couple of his movies. We saw State of Emergency. We saw there's another one. I think Goodbye Mama. Yes, that's one of the other ones too that he also did. Yes, State of Emergency was one. In fact, I remember, I cannot forget State of Emergency. A couple of us who actually grew up, we also saw Mission Impossible 2. That was another legendary one that's for Nigeria, not Mission Impossible, the ones There's also Executive Crime, Wanted Alive, Take Me to Mama. These were movies that were top notch. Unfortunately, though, let's just say that when he took ill, no one knew. And it reminds me of another Nigerian Nollywood actor, Muna, who died of a kidney disease as well. We didn't know anything until we heard he died. We now have a lot of celebrities not really telling us what is going on with them. We just hear they die, and it's really not good. These were guys who were good on our screens and entertained us. Apparently, he died since May 7th. And they said there was a scuffle in the family as to when they should announce his death before we got to hear about it 2 days ago.
I think he died in Jos, right?
Yes, in Jos.
But he had gone to Jos to stay at the sister's place, and because of in-house, fightings within the family, that's why they did not announce it.
Seun Kuti was 57 years old. He was in his age whereby, remember this guy Chidi Mokeme, when he did his comeback in Scar. And he actually talked about what happened with his face. That there's a part of his...
Is Scar the title of the movie? No,
yes.
No.
His name is Scar. The character was Scar. Yes,
it's
true. I've forgotten the title of the movie. It's a very recent movie, actually. But in that character, he acted as Scar. And there was something with his face.
The same age, right?
You mean Chidi Mokeme and Seun Kuti?
Chidi Mokeme had, I think, something palsy.
Yes, that thing with his face. But you could see he was able to tell us what happened, what caused that thing. He talked about it. He opened up. What I'm trying to say is that a lot of Nigerian celebrities, especially the veterans, don't like to come out and tell us what's wrong with them
Question is, if they tell you, what happens?
No,
what do you do?
There's love. I mean, Nigerians have love, whether we like it or not. For Seun Kuti, who was one of the renowned actors in our Nollywood screens, people would have actually contributed if there was something they could do. Okay. Yes, they would.
Well, the question now is, for a lot of our celebrities, actors, musicians, footballers, for a lot of them, when they are in the spotlight, they make all the money. But it feels like they don't invest well enough because a time comes in their lifetime, they start falling sick and there is no money. And it feels like they've gone into penury. You know, when you see them, they look tattered. So one would wonder, is it that they lived the exuberant life forgetting to invest?
Or could they had poor management?
Or poor management. And that is why it might seem like people don't readily come to their aid. Because another thing is, how many people were you nice to when you were rated as a celebrity?
That's another angle.
How many people said hello to you on the road and you responded to?
That's true.
That's another thing. So coming to ask for, oh, hey, I need a kidney transplant, or I need a medical aid, and people are like, I saw this guy as an event. I mean, I've heard someone say that before.
Oh, really?
Yes, to I think it was Remedies.
Oh, really?
Idris Abdul
Karim.
Yeah, when there was the conversation about him.
His own issue too.
Yes, so there was that conversation about him, and someone said, "Why will I even want to support him when I saw him at an event? I said hello, and he just bluffed me and walked past."
Yeah,
so
that's true.
The way you treat people,
is
even
important.
as a celebrity, is actually important.
All right. Unfortunately, too, there was another news of one Nollywood actor
Murphy.
again, Murphy. And that was so sad. You know why that was so sad? Because the way he died is actually how a couple of people die. He slipped in the bathroom and his head hit the towel, and that was how he passed on. A couple of persons say that particular accommodation was given to him by MC Oluoma. And they're beginning to attach a lot of spiritual stuff to it, you know, saying, oh, M. Solomon's hand is not clean, and stuff like that. What do you expect? But to be honest with you, bathroom incident is not a joke. I have known somebody who went through this, and thank God the person is alive. A lot of persons have actually died from bathroom incidents. It's a terrible thing to observe.
In the bathroom.
You did?
Over the weekend.
Wow. Thank God.
And, you know, it was, well, anything could have happened.
What is it?
Anything could have happened. Yes, because
and we're here smiling.
The door was locked. You know, the door was locked. I locked myself in because I was doing some laundry, and I slipped and fell. And the first thing that came to mind was, what if I fell and became unconscious? And this door was locked. Nobody would know.
No.
I mean, if anybody came to knock on the door, they wouldn't. They would
just think there's one inside.
Have entrance, exactly. You know,
God.
there were people in the house, but I was, you know, in my room and all of that. So I quickly
opened the door.
When I stood up, you know, I sprained my wrist. You know, I had to get somebody to massage it, and then I opened the door. I had to open the door, like, okay, if anything is going to happen, let the door be open so someone can come to my rescue.
Exactly. I think these things actually happen.
Yes,
this bathroom incident is dangerous. I would implore that if you know your bathroom is slippery, please get a mat that has a sprout that will give you grip while you finish having your bath, while you're marching to your room. It's very important. A couple of persons have actually broken their bones, lost a limb, had a brain fracture. It's a dangerous way to go.
And I think we should, you know, tone down the mysticism or spirituality attributing, because it was given to by this person. We should, you know, tone that down a bit. We should tone that down. It might mean nothing. It might just be an accident. You know.
All right, so that's what we have for you today right here on VP this morning on the entertainment segment. There's more, but hey, we've run out of time. We still actually have other interesting programs coming up your way.
Oh yes, other interesting programs indeed. News updates will be coming up shortly, and also political voice, and also we'll have world news coming up. You don't want to miss out on that one, as that will educate you on things going on around the world. And let's not forget business,
yeah, VOP business.
VOP business. Now that one is for investors. If you want to know what business to invest in, you should stay on for VOP business. Okay. My name is Moses Humphrey.
And I'm Esther Mwachuku. Remember to subscribe. It's at VOP TV, Voice of the People TV on YouTube. And on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, it's at VOP TV Live. So subscribe, like, share, be part of us right here every day. Have an amazing day.
And I'm still rooting for Hilda.
Yes! By this evening,
Go,
she'll be
girl.
cracking the
Go,
record.
girl. You can do it. Bye for now.